Your demons come to light, and your mind is not your own. Lonely is the night when there's no one left to call. You feel the time is right, say the writing's on the wall. Yeah. It's a
This is In the Know for Friday, June 19th, the 171st day of 2020. There are 195 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast. We're on Facebook Watch, we're on YouTube Live, we're on Periscope, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We prepare you for a warm and humid weekend. We look forward to Father's Day, and we give you a chance to win that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I've actually had a really nice morning.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're of the variety of people who name your automobile, yes?
Yes.
You
that
name
is
your
true.
automobile. You didn't. We named the farm car, but the farm car was actually named Lucy. You currently
That is
drive
correct.
what you call is the Beast.
The Beast. Mhm.
But drivers who give their cars human traits, of which I do, by the way, like calling them he or she or naming them, are more likely to engage in road rage than those who don't. And people with bumper stickers or items hanging from their rearview mirror are also more likely to be aggressive or impatient. Does impatient sound familiar?
I don't think I'm an impatient driver.
You're not? All right.
I don't
very
think so.
good. That's good for you.
I mean, do you believe that to be true?
Not about driving. You only drive at a minimum anyway. She is the pride of Pumpkin Center. The heiress to the great mini burger fortune. She's Vera Wang's arch nemesis and the professional bargain hunter's woman of the year. She's Misty Embry Thomas. Hey, here we go.
Holy Ghost, Big Bang Theory, Pentecostal, Fire and Brimstone, Mission Temple Fireworks Stand.
How's Misty?
I'm great. It's Friday.
That's why you're
Amen.
great. That is that rules the day. The fact that it's Friday makes it great.
You got to find something good every day.
Do you have big travel plans for the weekend? Are you headed to Tulsa?
I don't think so.
The Trump rallies return this weekend.
Yeah.
Is why I wondered. Be a big be a big Trump train rally out in Oklahoma this weekend. So I know a lot of people will be looking forward to that, and then seeing how many people catch the Rona as a result
Yep.
of the big gathering. The president continues to amaze me.
Amaze or amuse?
Both. He doubles down on his generalizations or his absolutes. I'm a person who throughout life likes to avoid using the words never and always or most or biggest, or because never and always are two words that rarely apply to you never, or you always, or whatever it might be, but that just doesn't. But when he was talking about the crowd that will gather in Tulsa this weekend, it would be a crowd the size of which no one has ever seen. And I've been to the Indy 500 when 500,000 people were gathered
Right,
together for
right.
an event. So what do you mean? A crowd wearing masks? Like there's never been a bigger crowd assembled of people wearing masks,
Right.
or during a pandemic? Or what asterisk are you putting by your statement that makes it, it's the...
Unique.
Yes, it's the bigliest ever, or it's the
Yeah.
so he just
gonna be
amuses.
huge.
He amuses me.
It's going to be huge.
And I still love the TikTok videos.
Those are the best.
You get,
Those are the best.
you know what you get? Problems. Like when the virus comes back, you know what you get? You get problems.
I love when people.
Very aptly put.
Yes, they mimic him on Facebook or on TikTok.
Isolated thunderstorms are possible this afternoon. The heat will build with highs pushing 90 or higher through the weekend. We'll see isolated challenge and thunderstorms possible this afternoon. Summer officially begins at 4:43 Central Time tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies and highs in the 90s are expected as heat ramps up. Could see in around Louisville, the metro could see 94 degrees on Saturday.
Woo-wee.
We'll keep rain chances through most of the next week just because of the heat, humidity, and the unstable air. But partly cloudy and 90 today. Partly cloudy 70 tonight. Summer begins tomorrow, and I don't think the Twin Lakes area will see a high of 94, but I think we'll be maybe above 90. Governor Beshear called Kentucky, says Kentucky remains a very fragile place. As of yesterday afternoon, 234 new cases of COVID-19 were reported to state public health officials, bringing us to 13,197. He says, to give you an idea of how that compares to a couple other places that are struggling right now, Arizona is about 7 million people, maybe just a little bit more compared to our 4.5 people. They had 2,500 new cases on Wednesday, 2,300 on Tuesday. So that's over 10 times our cases with nearly 2.5 of the population. So I don't think any of us can argue that our health numbers look pretty good comparatively. I think some of our other indicators like economy and things such as that, we may not be scoring as well in those categories.
Right.
It's in ways it's not exactly an apples and apples comparison. But I used to bring my report card home and I would lobby that my music and PE grades were equally as important as my science and English grades. But yet my parents didn't give the same weight.
Right.
So you got C's or, in English and science. Yeah, but I got an A+ in music.
Right.
And except for the one time forgetting to turn over, I got A's in PE. So it just...
Yeah. That one trampoline mishap really compromised your perfect score.
It marred my record
Yeah.
forever.
Hopefully she dropped your lowest grade.
Yes,
Yes.
that's absolutely right.
that's
And the
good.
thing is, when you have a family member as your PE teacher, that they don't cut you any breaks.
No.
Held to a higher standard. Another day of standing in line in Frankfurt for those jobless who are looking for unemployment benefit claims or to be resolved. I shared with you yesterday 57,000 unresolved, 57,000 cases of people who had not received any unemployment benefits that had filed. Some people that stood in line for 10 hours yesterday and then were turned away. The governor did say, to his credit, the governor said, my job isn't to make excuses, it's to get things done. And when he found out some people were turned away after 10 hours, he told his people to give them priority and reach out to them and try to get them resolved. But that's still a lot of people that if you have not had any, if you seemingly have not had any income
Right.
in over 90 days, going back to the beginning, I can't imagine the dire situation or circumstances that you
terrifying.
might be in. And just take just simple math, take that 60,000 people and divide it by 120 counties, and we've got plenty of, Grayson and surrounding countyans who are falling into that boat. So certainly feeling bad for them. Today is Juneteenth. And Governor Beshear signed a proclamation yesterday recognizing Juneteenth and said he will encourage lawmakers to pass a bill next year to recognize it as a state holiday. Juneteenth was 155 years ago today that some slaves in Galveston, Texas, were reportedly, according to history, the last to find out about the Emancipation Proclamation. And sadly, they found out about it 2.5 years after it was signed. They found out about it 2 months after President Lincoln was assassinated. And so it is sort of the end of the slave era in our country, and it's celebrated as Juneteenth. Many African Americans have long since celebrated it, and I think it is to be celebrated. There's absolutely no doubt about that it is to be commemorated. It was a turning point in American history, and I have no problem with its celebration. What I do, and I would also like for people, we get new audience members all the time, so I would like to be very clear that if you want to see my track record on where I am on protests and equality, and just go back and see previous shows, and you'll see I'm completely supportive of the equality. I'm not a fan of oppression. It's right. I've tried to operate from a biblical space on all of these things because in God's eyes, everybody's equal. What I don't like about the governor's moves the last couple of weeks is that if we're trying to reach equality, if we're trying to reach inclusion, if we're trying to bring everyone under the tent, do we want to create a state holiday that is geared toward a particular group of people and not all Kentuckians? Some people will make the argument and say, well, it should be celebrated by all. Well, nationally, maybe it should be celebrated by all. And I certainly think that it deserves commemoration. I certainly think that it deserves a proclamation. But some of the pandering moves that he has appeared to do over the last couple of weeks is troubling because isn't one of our biggest problems in America creating walls or barriers between groups of people, whether that's inequality or whether that's rules against or whether it's biases? I don't know that going forward that we need to create things that segregate people or that, do you see what I'm saying? We don't even have, it's not even a state holiday for the day of statehood for Kentucky, June 1st. We don't celebrate a state holiday the day that we joined the United States of America. All of our national holidays are they're for all Americans, with the exception of perhaps one, Columbus Day. Columbus Day is the one that I can say, well, if you ask the Native Americans, they're not so happy about celebrating Columbus. Mm-hmm. So I just...
Do we celebrate the day that it was signed? The proclamation was signed?
Juneteenth?
No, Juneteenth is 2.5 years later.
But the Emancipation Proclamation?
Yes.
No, we don't celebrate that as a, I mean, we commemorate it or we notice when it happens. We cover it in Today in History, but we don't set aside a holiday, a state holiday or a national holiday. And once you do it, it's not the type of holiday that you can take away. It just doesn't, It doesn't work that way. So rather than be rash or quick to make these types of decisions because of the emotional state that our world is in, why don't we be logical? Why don't we be methodical and make the necessary change rather than just making change for the sake of keeping people happy or trying to... I mean, I completely agree with Dr. King that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Absolutely.
I firmly believe that all men are created equal. I firmly believe and justice for all. Mm-hmm. Why are we going to create things that continue to showcase the differences between people? And I don't know.
I can't make a ruling on how I feel about it right now without some things. Here's what I want. Here's what I need.
Too. Yeah.
I need to know, what does it mean for it to be a state holiday? Who doesn't go to work that day, and what businesses would suffer from the lack of patronizing of their place of business if the state holiday demands that we close businesses that day, like we close banks and things for federal holidays. Would school have to be out? Are we going to add another day onto the school year? I would probably see this a little bit differently if the last slaves to know about it were Kentuckians. If it came into Kentucky and those slaves, does that make sense, instead of Texas?
I see.
If we don't celebrate the day the Emancipation Proclamation was signed as a national or state holiday, then why would we celebrate this one and cause potentially some economic turmoil, people finding daycare, those types of things, one more day a year? But also on the other side can say, I'm also not African American. My ancestors were not slaves. I do not have that scar and wound in my past to be able to speak from that point either. So I need more information and people to talk to about who's for it and why they're for it before I can say, yeah, I agree or disagree.
The timing is the most troubling to me, is that if you want to propose this on September the 15th, I'm willing to listen a little more closely, but this seems reactive to, it seems like opportunism, and that's what this is. I'd like to button up the entire subject matter with saying, go back to where I have been for weeks on this issue. And I am from the wrong is wrong, right is right, God is love, everybody's included, right? All equal at the foot of the cross, etc. So don't create things that fractionalize people even more. Let's work to bring more people together. Let's operate from that space.
I don't necessarily see it as something that would fractionate us more. I just see it as something that could potentially cause more economic harm to our economy in a pandemic that we're already struggling to get businesses up and going. Does the state holiday demand that we have to close things down, or is it just it's on the calendar and we celebrate it?
Sign a proclamation every year.
Yeah.
Sign a proclamation every year the day before it happens. Talk about it in your briefing. Do a speech on it. There are lots of things to celebrate in Kentucky that don't have a state holiday.
Yeah.
And so this is why it looks. The optics of it to me are like, really? Okay. The big news politically of the day yesterday was that Elizabeth Warren endorsed Charles Booker in the Kentucky Senate race, to which Amy McGrath said senators from other areas don't need to be telling Kentuckians what to do. Well, most of your money's coming from senators
This
from
is a
other
normal
places
part
trying
of
to tell
politics,
Kentuckians what to do. Suddenly, when it was you, it was okay.
Yeah.
But
People come in
suddenly
and
it
stump
is.
all the time.
I saw a poll yesterday. It said Charles Booker is 8 points ahead. I think
yeah.
he's too little, too late. But I'll tell you, I'm rooting for Charles Booker. I hope Charles Booker wins.
Yeah.
What I don't like is, again, kind of going back to the optics of it. Amy McGrath was suddenly like, hey, great, she looks good. In the wake of Me Too, we need more women leadership. Absolutely. But then the optics is this opportunism. All of a sudden, based upon what our nation's been through over the last 3 weeks to a month, Charles Booker looks like an African-American strong leader. So I'm just not a big fan of electability based upon timing. And it's like, oh, this will look good. We can get this done. I'm just look for the best people in all walks of life and let them lead and serve. We don't have enough good, strong leaders.
Yeah, but I think it's in these times that it shows. You know, Matt Jones's new commercial says, I watched him during the riots. And then Amy McGrath's response to the riots was, no, I didn't attend. I was with my family.
Right.
I think it's in those moments you realize who's going to go in and do what you want on your political platform, who's going to stand up and actually lead and do it, or who's just been good on their report card as an ethical person, well-behaved, and aligns themselves politically with you.
You want to know where I got down with Booker? Is earlier this week when Amy McGrath started hijacking our landline at 6 p.m. to conduct a live event of potential voters. You could have a Q&A with Amy McGrath where they call and your answering machine just stays on recording as long as it will record, because they have a host and, hi, this is so-and-so on behalf of Amy McGrath, and you've joined our new live event, and it begins now. Now, it could be recorded, and it could be blah, blah, blah. And our first question is from Susan. Like, hi, Amy. Thanks for talking to me. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Get off my telephone.
Are you sure it wasn't Karen?
I'm not allowed to. We're not allowed
allowed
to.
to say
Not allowed
Karen
to say
anymore.
disparaging things about Karen anymore. Karen's out.
Karen
got mad.
So
The real
May
Karen got mad.
2020.
The real Karen got real mad,
Yeah,
so we had to stop. So I moved on to Susan.
Yeah.
I know a couple of Susans. I can defend my
Sorry,
position
Susan.
with them. A Beaver Dam man has been arrested after threatening police. State police arrested 49-year-old Timothy Moss after the suspect made specific threats of harms toward multiple law enforcement officers and court officials. He was taken into custody yesterday morning and lodged at the Ohio County Detention Center. A new sentencing date has been set for Dr. Rene Boucher. He will be resentenced July 27th on a count of assaulting a member of Congress. Boucher had served 30-day sentence, and then federal prosecutors said, "We'll hold up on that car wash. That's not nearly enough." And I agree. You can't assault a senator and serve 30 days. Now, there was a financial penalty to that, and I think they've ended up moving. I think it was a loser leave town match, and I think Rand Paul won. You know, in wrestling. In wrestling, they used to have those loser leave town matches where the winner, like if Hillbilly Jim lost, then he had to pack up his stuff in a U-Haul and moved to Oakland
But
from
does
Bowling
this
Green.
count? Well, you know, my favorite part of the swearing in oaths is: have you ever fought a deadly or a duel with a deadly weapon?
Have you ever attacked a senator?
Is this going to count against Rand Paul?
No, he was not.
A lawnmower could be a deadly weapon.
He was not.
He was attacked, but
He was an attackee. He was not an attacker.
I'm just saying he's going to have to pause and go.
Grayson County Historical Society announces 5 winners of the Nancy and Ken Robbins Scholarship. Congratulations to Mackenzie Willoughby, to Shelby Pierce, to Kaylee Embry, to Spencer Cannon, and Alexis Back. Have heard a lot about those young people over the last several weeks as that class of 2020 was celebrated. So congratulations to them on being on receiving that wonderful honors and scholarships from the Historical Society. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got plenty more on the way here on In the Know.
Now, more than ever, is the time to let your voices be heard by placing your vote. Elizabeth Moody Deer, your Litchfield City Council candidate here, and I humbly ask for your vote. You have my word that I will serve the citizens of this city in a genuine, fair, honest, and dependable manner. It's time to take action and make true change, and I pledge to do just that. But I need your help. June 23rd, remember, elect Elizabeth to get Litchfield to the top. Number 18 on the ballot.
Paid for by Elizabeth Moody Deer.
Expert care, high technology, hometown kindness. That's Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. Here's Dr. Gregory Koo on integrative healthcare.
Integrative is basically you mix holistic medicine with modern medicine. I was the director of this holistic integrative center, but I did acupuncture, and I did that my entire career alongside of family medicine, and the results are just unbelievable.
To schedule an appointment with Dr. Koo, call 270-879-3711. Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. Your home, your health.
Today, your McDonald's order could be more than an order. It could be the first meal you've enjoyed back inside your favorite Mickey D's. It could be a quick bite after getting a fresh cut from a real barber. Or it could be your way of getting back to feeling like yourself again. Whatever this order is, McDonald's will be here to take it.
Get a McChicken and small fries bundle for just $2. And enjoy any soft drink in our new large insulated cup for just $1 more. Prices and participation may vary. Dining rooms are starting to reopen in certain communities.
The federal government provides $150 billion a year to make higher education possible for anyone. Completing the free application for federal student aid, known as the FAFSA, is the first step to getting your share. But an estimated $40 million in financial aid is left on the table each year by Kentucky students. Don't let that happen to you.
Fill out the new and improved FAFSA today. Visit knowhowtogoky.org and join the conversation on Twitter, #KnowHowToPayKY. This message is brought to you by the Pritchard Committee Student Voice Team and the Council on Post-Secondary Education.
Verily Life Sciences has a new app that screens for COVID-19. The Healthy at Work app conducts daily symptom screening and will either clear employees for work or route them to a testing facility. Nasal swab testing kits can also be purchased through the app if employers or schools would like to have the option to test on site. The company, owned by Alphabet, says the app is for schools and businesses trying to reopen amid the ongoing pandemic. Plume, a new startup, is providing hormone replacement therapies and medical consultations exclusively tailored to the trans community through telehealth. The founders of the Denver-based company say many patients don't have access to the medications they need, which leads to many of them turning to the black market. And the founder of electric vehicle company Canoo is stepping down before the launch of their first vehicle next year. The company still plans to release its VW microbus-style van on a subscription-only basis in 2021. Tech Report John Klein in
Today is Father's Work from Home Day today. Work at Home Father's Day. Held the Friday before Father's Day.
You missed out.
Yeah. Been a lot of dads working from home over the last 90 days. I'm not one of them. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I'm not working primarily from home. That's not to say I don't end up doing some work from home, but not because I choose to. It's flip-flop day today.
Big fan. Got them on.
People have been wearing flip-flops for thousands of years. The earliest wearers being the ancient Egyptians in 4000 BC.
Yeah, just smart shoes.
Right.
A flipper-flopper, flipper-flopper, right. Flipper-flopper. You can also tell a whole lot about a person's emotional state by the retort that their flip-flops make.
Mm-hmm. They do talk. You just got to pay attention.
Absolutely. These flops were made for talking.
Yep.
It's World Sauntering Day. Saunter around in your flip-flops.
I'm cool with that.
Eat an Oreo Day today. Tomorrow's the first day of summer. Tomorrow's Ice Cream Soda Day. Sunday is Father's Day. Sunday is also Selfie Day. Must be a Kardashian's birthday or something.
Oh, I'm so behind. I thought today was the first day of summer.
Tomorrow, 4:43
Oh, okay.
Central Time.
All right.
Tomorrow is the first day of summer. It's a day earlier than normal because we had leap day. It's usually the 21. It's usually the 21st, I think, and it's the 20th today. What do you need? Oh, this made me laugh. Also, later in July, you need to be ready because the new Ford Bronco is coming out.
Like
Have you seen
those
pictures?
big
Of a Ford
ones?
Bronco.
Yeah, the big ones.
Like
Yeah, I've
that
seen
go
photos.
like mudding?
Yeah.
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 You do know, I know that it's mudding, but when you do that,
Not
it's
to people who
mudding.
do it. If people who do it, it's mudding.
Yeah. I was
To those
saying,
people who don't, it's mudding.
mudding is not a sport. Mudding is the sport. Yeah.
But brilliantly, they claim it's a complete coincidence, but I'm not sure I'm buying it. The Ford Motor Company is releasing the new 2021 Bronco on July 9th, which is O.J. Simpson's 73rd birthday.
It is not.
No way.
It is not.
It is.
It is
Who
not.
has done more for Broncos than O.J.?
That is so fantastic.
I don't know if it's tacky or
Are you-
great.
it's
oh,
great.
No,
If-
that's not the one I've seen. That's terrible.
If Ford doesn't
Well,
give...
If it were in white, would it make you feel better?
If Ford doesn't give O.J. Simpson a solid white 2021 Bronco, then they're
Missed your
not
opportunity.
worth the assembly line they produce on.
That's pretty funny.
I don't like that design. That's not the design I've seen. That looks like that Toyota thing they brought out.
yeah.
I don't like that at all. No, that's terrible.
Right.
That looks like a cross between that Toyota thing and that Jeep thing, the Commander that Jeep tried to do.
I think that looks like a cross between an FJ
Yep.
and a Range Rover.
Yep. I don't like any
If
of
an
those.
FJ and a Range Rover had a baby, you'd get the Bronco.
But I have a feeling that if you murder your wife and like go to high speed,
Christy.
speed down the highway,
What are you talking
it's not
about?
really
he
gonna.
He didn't murder his wife.
Glove didn't fit. They had to quit.
He's still looking. They're still out looking for the killer
yeah,
every day.
Yeah, he's usually on golf courses. I hear murderers hang out on golf
Must
courses.
be some substantial evidence
On
that
a golf course,
suggests
yeah.
that the killer likes
Yeah.
to play golf because that's where he keeps looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's not going to give up till he's found. Your next hotel stay could be different this summer. I just go ahead and forecast ahead. Not this next week, but the following week. We're all gone. A house sitter is set. Plans made. I got it lined up. We out of here.
Cardboard cutouts. Roll in.
Because,
here.
well, yes, some of you all took a 60-day vacation.
We didn't get any.
We did not.
No. And so, anyway, looking forward to it. But as you, like this weekend when Misty goes to Tulsa for the Trump rally, the hotel that she stays in could be a little bit different. A shift to online check-in.
Okay.
In luxury hotels, turn-down service will now be optional because you want less traffic in your room. There will be sanitation stations out at various places in your hotel now with signs. It seems to be the industry has adopted the phrase, avoid an issue, grab a tissue. So if you don't want to touch the elevator call button. So they're working on new technology, by the way, that is a sensor reader that instead of touching the elevator call button, you'll hover your finger near it and it will read. And then there are also moves now with the identification that say if you want to go to the 7th floor, you hold up 7 fingers.
Now that's smart.
Instead of, so it will be interesting to see how.
What if you don't have 7 fingers?
I wondered the very same 7 toes clearly would do, but
Maybe your spouse did.
if you don't have 7
have a spouse.
fingers or 7 toes, maybe you can talk to the 7 brides for 7 brothers and see if they can travel with you.
Okay. All
And
right.
you
Gotta
get
be
to where
somebody.
you're going. Ask a neighbor.
Somebody throw your digits up for me.
Yeah. Can I get some digit
Spare
throw
a
up?
finger over here.
Optional housekeeping. You'll be able to say, I don't want housekeepers. The enhanced cleaning protocols, which may include when you get to your room, it may look like it's been sealed off with a barrier that shows it was clean. They backed out and no one's been in there since then.
Okay.
I like that.
I don't know where they're going to leave my gift basket that they always leave me when I go places now.
But they are coming back. I like the initial, but they are coming back.
Capacity restrictions, fitness center by appointment only, and then online checkout. I can't tell you the last time I checked out. Well, I stopped at the front desk to check out anywhere. On the way in, it's, you got what you need? Yeah, okay. I'm out of here. I'm not stopping.
You know-
Do people still stop at the front desk now to check out?
I don't know.
I can't imagine. I can't
We've
imagine
seen
why
them
you would.
standing there.
Yeah, I mean,
Until they
well, but
penalize
I
me,
thought they
I'm
might
not-
be arranging something else, or they
Right.
might be have an issue, or the old, in the movies, how people always had mail for them at the front desk.
Yeah, what's that about?
Mr. Bond, this
Yeah.
package was delivered for you. I've never had.
No.
There's never been a package waiting for me at a hotel.
Yeah, like Pretty Woman, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
There were no diamonds
this
left
was,
for me.
This was delivered for you, or
I know I never played a prostitute in a movie either. So
I
Well, I mean-
Well, then there's that.
Then there's
auditioned. I
that.
auditioned, but I
you
didn't
did.
get the.
Yeah,
I didn't get
Julia
the part.
Roberts beat you.
A lawsuit. Yes, I got edged out by Julia Roberts. An Oakland, California McDonald's gave its workers doggy diapers for face masks, and they're now being sued by their employees to try and fight the COVID-19.
Stop it,
They couldn't
please.
find the
This is
face
funny.
masks, and so they got doggy diapers.
You had to do.
Do we
I
have
mean,
more photos?
No, that's it.
Stop with your lawsuits.
Oh.
Listen, it was necessity. Would you rather have a doggy diaper on or die of the COVID?
I really need to see somebody with a doggy diaper on their face.
It would look,
Bedazzle it. Nobody will know what it
it
is.
would look nice.
Right?
Popeyes is offering free chicken sandwiches
Yeah, well, they better do something. They caused all this crap.
to their first-time app users. That's right, because they
It's
took on the
truth.
Lord's
They
chicken.
took on the Lord's chicken, and look what happened to America.
That's right.
The whole world. The
We
whole
had-
world is
we
falling
had
apart.
Pestilence. We had a plague, and we got a pandemic. All thanks to Popeyes not knowing their
Economic
place.
downturn.
They're giving away free chicken sandwiches to the first-time app users. Oh, sure, that's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, drug dealers been doing this for a long time. First one's free.
That's
But
true.
you'll
they
come
do.
back for more. I'll give you this first one. You'll be back tomorrow for another one. New Fruit Loops candy canes have us already looking forward to holidays. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, no thanks.
Although
That is kind of fun, though.
I am really, I think I want to know what 2021 has in store, considering because we're about 6 months in, and I think, well, we could just skip ahead.
You know how many seals there are in Revelations?
I'm a little bit afraid.
I am a little afraid.
Yeah.
I
don't think we've opened all the seals.
Are we going headlong into something worse? If you're going to tell me that 2021 can be better, then okay, I'll
let's
move
get
ahead.
there.
But I really don't want it to be the holidays already.
I go back to the meme where it says, when your mama says she's going to slap you back into last year.
Yeah.
Could you please do that?
I want to be knocked into next year. I don't be knocked into last year
I'm
because then
gonna
I have
stay
to
right
relive this
here,
one again.
And you report back
Oh yeah.
when you come to. What's it like in 2021?
Where's Marty McFly? We need a DeLorean. Do some time travel.
Yeah, that's true. We
Just
do.
to check it out. Fruit Loops. This past Easter, we were introduced to Fruit Loops Peeps and a Fruit Loops White Chocolate Bunny, and now we're going to have Fruit Loops candy canes: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, with a twist of red, green, and brownish color. I don't want all those colors together. That's just some
brown.
unrecognizable color.
That's when you got too many colors swirled together too fast. You come up with a brown.
If you'll recall back to last holiday season, the Kentucky Wildcats were the victors in the Belk Bowl in Charlotte. And we knew that the Belk Bowl, that was in their final year of contract with Belk. So that bowl, which the Cats won't play in again this year, they typically won't play back to back. The Belk Bowl is now the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
I do love Duke's
And
Mayo. It's
I
the
knew that it
best.
was a big hit at the Thomas household.
Oh, it's the best.
And so when the partnership was announced, then Twitter came up with some really nice jokes about the Duke's Mayo Bowl. The winner of the Duke's Mayo Bowl and the winner of the Idaho Potato advanced to the Grandma's Potato Salad Bowl.
I like it.
That would be very good.
It should be.
Get ready for the most horrifying scene in sports. The winning coach of the Duke's Mayo Bowl getting a giant drum of mayonnaise dumped on him.
Ooh, that's gross.
The Mayo Bowl is going to try and trick us and claim it's really the aioli bowl. Oh, yeah. You get those fancy hipster restaurants that say, oh, we put aioli on your sandwich. What's aioli? It's mayonnaise. Well, say it's mayonnaise.
Yeah, say it right.
It's not aioli.
It's like when they ask for Roquefort cheese. I'm like, it's blue cheese. It's just blue cheese. Don't say that.
Instead of a Belk gift card, every player now gets a free cholesterol check.
You probably should.
Yeah, no, it's just life-saving measures.
Every member of the losing team should be given a spoon and have to eat a bowl of mayo. Ugh. Belk will still be the noise I make whenever I think of or discuss the mayo bowl.
Well,
That is a terrible name for a business.
here's the thing. I'm the only one in this room that watches 90 Day Fiance.
Correct.
I've seen it.
Well, but do you watch it?
No.
Okay. All right. So Big Ed, for all of those people out there who really watch it, like they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. He puts mayonnaise on his hair. It is
I've done
crazy.
that before. Yeah. So you
I'm
mix.
sorry.
No, but he does it all the time.
Oh no, there's like you just
Like,
go to
you could
Pinterest
make
and do hair mask.
coleslaw with his hair. It's crazy.
Ew. Yeah.
It's bad.
Eggs and mayo, apparently.
I'm sorry, mayonnaise like that. I go directly to the Yo Mama joke. Yo Mama so fat she puts mayonnaise on aspirin.
Listen, I saw a friend on Facebook yesterday had ordered a BLT mayo only sandwich.
I saw this as well. Yes.
She opened it and it was literally
And it was
mayo
just
only,
mayo.
no bacon, no nothing.
Well,
like, careful what you request.
Yeah,
I was
Captain
like,
Literal. I want a BLT mayo only.
I would say thanks, Karen.
Well,
but I
I'm
can't
curious
say
to
that
know though
anymore.
what other condiment other than mayo goes on a BLT
ketchup.
In your house.
I do
Yeah,
both.
but not at the restaurant. It's just
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You
just
can ask
mayo.
for it.
Yeah.
All right, things your dad. Father's Day's this weekend, by the way, and later on, I'll just go and tell you what MB's Point to Ponder is going to be. It's going to be the best advice that you ever received from your dad. So if you would like to, in the comments section, I've always wanted to do this, but in the comments section below, you know how the kids do that, like and subscribe in the in below, leave a comment. So if you have the best advice that your dad ever gave you, feel free to include it in the comments, and then maybe we'll showcase them later on in the program. But here's some dadisms, some dad sayings that you're probably familiar with. Turn off those lights. Do you think I'm made of money? No. What? Close this door. You call that a haircut? Wipe that smile off your face. This will hurt me a lot more than it hurts you. Now you listen to me, Buster. If your friend jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? You're going to like it whether you like it or not. That is a complete and total dad thing. You're going to like it whether you like it or not.
I hate those. I tell you when I hate it's because I said so. That doesn't teach anybody anything.
Were you born in a barn? Get
Oh,
your
I love that one.
Get your elbows off the table. And when I was your age, I treated my father with respect. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You think you did, but you really probably didn't. All various dadisms. And feel free to tell us below what your favorite advice is you ever got from your dad. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Today's water cooler question is coming up here on In the Know.
Eliminate the threat of termites before damage adds up. Because termites can't detect Termidor, they die after ingesting treated material around your home. The Centricon system with always active technology begins the termite colony elimination process without delay and offers continuous property protection from termites with monitored bait systems on your property. For an effective and environmentally friendly solution to termites, contact the experts at Litchfield Exterminating, 259-6285.
When you're ready for an unforgettable golf getaway, just pick your park, then hit the course. Nestled in beautiful surroundings, 13 Kentucky state parks offer top-notch golf on nationally recognized courses. Overnight packages also add resort accommodations and amenities to the mix, creating the perfect opportunity to tee up a good time. Book your Kentucky State Parks golf getaway at parks.ky.gov.
Before the title professor, before the money funding my work, before my own research team, I grew up in a small town where people I knew struggled with substance use. Today, I work with Kentucky communities, full of potential but held back by the opioid crisis. I'm April Young. As a student, UK helped ignite my passion. Now, as a researcher, I am a force for healing as I reach for what is wildly possible. Find your possible at uky.edu.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
My boys are the 10th generation to farm in Kentucky. We take a lot of pride knowing that what I set on the table is a good product.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. You're getting an excellent quality product.
We believe in what we produce, we feed it to our own family, and we're happy to share it with your family. Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky, feeding the world.
Sponsored by the Kentucky Agricultural Development Fund.
Take your remodeling project to the next level and transform an ordinary space into an extraordinary one with Masonite doors and atrium windows from Future Designs. With Masonite and Atrium, you get countless design options that give you unmatched flexibility, energy-efficient glass choices, hardware, and more. So don't just remodel, transform with Masonite doors and atrium windows built around you. Start your transformation at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
The federal government provides $150 billion a year to make higher education possible for anyone. Completing the free application for federal student aid, known as the FAFSA, is the first step to getting your share. But an estimated $40 million in financial aid is left on the table each year by Kentucky students. Don't let that happen to you.
Fill out the new and improved FAFSA today. Visit knowhowtogoky.org and join the conversation on Twitter, #KnowHowToPayKY. This message is brought to you by the Pritchard Committee Student Voice Team and the Council on Post-Secondary Education.
If you're the average person, you only think about income taxes from January to April. But the choices you make 12 months a year have a big impact on your tax return preparation and even your refund. Making adjustments to your financial matters during tax filing season is like trying to lose weight during a routine doctor visit. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart work year-round to advise clients on important financial decisions so that during tax filing season, you're carrying a lot less stress and worry. Join the Peace of Mind team with Buckles, Travis & Hart, 270-259-5604 or GraysonCPAs.com.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather.
Partly sunny skies as we head into this Friday afternoon, and it's going to be a hot one. A high temperature right around 90 with an isolated gusty thunderstorm still possible, but most areas will likely stay dry. Tonight we drop down to around 68. Then for your Saturday, 94. Isolated thunderstorm chance and perhaps a few more thunderstorms for Father's Day Sunday. The Way 3 Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Brian Good.
All summer.
This is the 105 Days of Summer. It's going to be the hottest summer yet. Brought to you by Midway Pharmacy.
Summer!
On the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch no bandit run.
That's what Misty's going to be saying after the Trump rally tomorrow night. Going to be headed eastbound and down and get back. This is a ways. It's a ways to Tulsa.
I'm sure.
Misty's not really going to
really
Tulsa.
going to Tulsa.
It sounds fun.
Does it?
Today's sounds fun to me for you to go. That's what I mean. It doesn't sound fun for me to go.
That is the difference.
Sounds fun for me to send you. Did you know? I love this. Kraft produces enough Cool Whip each year to fill the Grand Canyon.
Really? How do we know what the volume of the Grand Canyon is?
They stepped it off.
Okay.
You know, when you step off between cornhole boards, you get a certain number of paces. That's what they did to the Grand Canyon. But what the problem was that they'd get certain part in and then they'd forget. Oh, I lost count, and they had to go back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But
they don't
yeah,
really have
it's
it,
well, it's because of that one time that they filled it up with Cool Whip.
Oh yeah. That
And
was
they
it.
said,
Yeah.
"This is how much we produce every year."
Let's just pour everything we make in 1 year in there.
Yeah.
Swimming
Put
in
the
that.
base layer of chocolate pudding in there.
Please, for the love of all that's
Like,
good.
The Colorado
we
River
didn't
filled
see-
up and then put some Cool
Little
Whip.
chocolate chips on top.
That would be good.
It's gonna be yummy.
There's something heavenly about Cool Whip. I don't know what it is.
I actually hate it.
Light and fluffy.
Yeah, I don't like it
I actually hate
unless
it.
it's frozen. And then I can eat it like ice cream, but like
Sure,
maybe 1 tablespoon.
Here's
That's about
today's water cooler question. Your chance to win. If you've not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win the water cooler question by calling 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000. 37 out of 100 people say this is the biggest fashion faux pas a guy can make during the summer. 37 of 100 people say this is the biggest fashion faux pas a guy can make during the summer. What is it? 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000. 37 of 100 people say this is the biggest fashion faux pas a guy can make during the summer. What is it? 270-259-6000, 270-259-6000. The Smurfs are returning to television with new Nickelodeon animated series. The Smurfs are coming back to TV. They've been around since the 1950s.
I love the Smurfs.
Hit new heights of popularity with a cartoon in America in the 1980s. And the show is slated to return to Nickelodeon in 2021.
But it's the original, not
new
like
content.
a remake or.
The
Not
Smurfs
sure.
never age. Papa Smurf's been the same age for 1,000 years.
I bet if we went back, they wouldn't be politically correct, right? You mean you had Smurfette? She probably was really objectified by the Smurfs if we go back and watch.
You know why she was objectified? She was the only one.
That's what I said. She was the only girl Smurf. So,
Can we get some more girl Smurfs?
please. Where's Karen?
Would
I got in trouble earlier.
no. Would it pacify? Would it soothe the Karens of the world if they got a Karen Smurf?
Right?
But she was completely normal.
The Karen Smurf would get on my nerves.
No, don't act like the meme Karen. Just make her a normal, well-adjusted Karen and say, to make up for all the fun we made of you, here's a normal Karen Smurf.
We need more of like a Daria Smurf.
All right. Beach, pick a number between 1 and 6.
2.
Okay, 2 it is. Julie, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. 37 of 100 people say this is the biggest fashion faux pas a guy can make during the summer. What is it?
Well, in my opinion, I think it's socks and sandals.
Socks with sandals. I agree with you, but unfortunately, that is incorrect.
That's what she and I wrote down
Yeah,
immediately.
I don't like it at all.
I mean, it's
socks
terrible.
with
Stop
sandals.
it.
You can't do that.
Okay. I haven't
And even socks and Crocs. You can't do that either. Carrie, you can't be doing that. Carrie, what's your guess?
Stole my answer, but now I'm going to go with sunglasses tan line.
Sunglasses, tan lines. I can't help it.
Yeah.
It just happens. Sorry, Carrie. I know she had to think of one on the
Right,
fly.
right.
I got it.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I can't not be the raccoon face.
Yeah, it happens to
my
all
eyes,
of us.
right.
It's just
If I'm
going
gonna be in
the
the that's right. If I'm going anywhere near water or anything, I'm not. Mike, 37 of 100 people say this is the biggest fashion faux pas a guy can make during the summer.
Beard.
A beard
Oh,
is
Mike, that's smart.
not what we're looking for. Keep trying. 270-259-6000. We're running behind, so I'm going to give a hint.
Okay.
Magnum PI. I'm just saying Magnum PI. Kristen Wiig and her fiance stepped out with their new twins. So they've got the little what are those carrier things you wear on your
you
front?
wear your babies, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the swaddling
It's
one.
not a papoose.
The sling.
I can't remember.
My parents called it a papoose, but it was on the back, I think.
Gotcha.
But now they
There
were
they are.
wearing the.
Oh,
it's a twin for each of them.
Yeah, everybody gets a baby.
That works out nice. Alanis Morissette is releasing the 25th anniversary edition of Jagged Little Pill with remastered videos and more. I wonder if they're going to show a version of the one video where that's obscured and blurred. Thank you. Like
Yeah.
that video?
No, yeah. I don't think she had enough hair that she, was very Eve of her, right? Yeah, she's covered.
Very Eve of her.
I mean, that's the best. I mean,
it was twig and leaf. Right?
Carrie. 37 of
Yes.
100 people say this is the biggest fashion faux pas a guy can make during the summer.
How about overalls with no t-shirt?
Oh, that's just pure sexy, Carrie.
That's 99.8% of people say that. Keep trying.
You just knocked all the farmers
She's
off
got
their
a
trailer.
great-
please take
got a-
photos and send in.
Great imagination. Jeremy, what's your guess, Jeremy?
Short, short.
Oh, he heard my
Oh.
clue on Magnum
Yeah,
PI,
yeah,
but that
yeah.
unfortunately is the wrong half of the person.
You're so close, Jeremy.
Try again.
Moving on up.
Magnum PI did wear some short shorts.
Yeah. Is that Reno 9?
Showing a lot of leg.
1-1?
That's right. They got
Magnum
that
PI.
the old 5-inchers is what they're Hamilton, by the way, is coming to Hamilton is coming to Disney Plus on July 3rd.
Oh, good. Okay.
So a week
Everybody
from
write that
today,
down.
Hamilton is on Disney Plus. as are the new Ice Age movies. And then ahead on July 10th, Solo, a Star Wars story, is coming out. Carrie, your guess.
All right, how about the Hawaiian button-up T-shirt?
The Hawaiian button-up shirt is correct.
I don't think it's a faux pas. I love them.
Yeah,
Only in Hawaii. Only in Hawaii. Should you wear one of those?
I mean, I don't
No,
mind
I
those.
don't think so. I like those.
My other one was boots with shorts.
Boots.
Please,
Oh,
men,
that's-
don't
Remember
ever do that.
The guy at the gym that worked out in his boots?
With the fur? Hey.
No fur, just boots.
Hang on, Carrie. Princess Tiana is going to get some information from you. Congratulations. Good job. You played well. We're super proud of you. She did try very hard.
She did.
You
She
can't,
did call him
you
back.
can't deny
Good job,
that.
Carrie.
Got to get to a break. We'll come back. We're going to finish it up for the week here on In the Know.
Father's Day can be tough to celebrate if your dad wasn't involved in your life. And I can testify to that from personal experience. My biological dad, stepdad, and foster dad were all out of my life by the time I was 13. Some of you understand that kind of pain. Your father abandoned you, or he was abusive or neglectful. Or maybe your dad was physically present but emotionally cold and distant. Whatever his shortcomings, Father's Day has become a painful reminder that your dad wasn't the man he could and should have been in your life. And my encouragement to you is simple, though not necessarily easy. Be open to forgiving your dad. Your hurt is understandable, but forgiveness is the only way you'll find peace. Forgiveness will free you from an emotional prison where resentment keeps the doors locked and bars on the windows. Bitterness may feel empowering, but it fills your life with more pain, not less. The other thing to remember is that your dad's poor choices don't have to define you. You can channel your disappointment into something positive, like being a great mom or dad to your children. Your dad's legacy doesn't have to be your legacy. And the bottom line is this: Father's Day doesn't have to be a negative reminder for you. Through forgiveness and charting a new course for your own parenting, you can move beyond the poor legacy your father left behind and redeem it. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
Today, your McDonald's order could be more than an order. It could be the first meal you've enjoyed back inside your favorite Mickey D's. It could be a quick bite after getting a fresh cut from a real barber. Or it could be your way of getting back to feeling like yourself again. Whatever this order is, McDonald's will be here to take it.
Get a McChicken and small fries bundle for just $2. And enjoy any soft drink in our new large insulated cup for just $1 more. Prices and participation may vary. Dining rooms are starting to reopen in certain communities.
Core-Mark Kentucky Division is hiring second shift full case selectors to work in their Litchfield warehouse. If you have a solid work history, can work 4 10-hour shifts, and would like an awesome benefit package with immediate paid holidays, sick time, and paid vacation during your first year, you can make up to $15 per hour in your first 90 days. If you are able to pass a physical, drug test, and background check, go to careers.coremark.com. Core-Mark is the power of one, strengthened by all. An equal opportunity employer. Careers.coremark.com.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
You know what sounds fun? Holiday World sounds fun. We're talking the kind of fun that takes 128 acres to contain it. The kind of fun that leads to the sounds of silence on the car ride home. Because the kids will be sleeping. The kind of fun you need to start having today. But you can only get tickets online and only at holidayworld.com.
Free soft drinks, free parking, free sunscreen.
That was fun.
You mess with her, you see a man getting mad. She's my sweet little thing.
MB's Point to Ponder for today. What's the best piece of advice you ever received from your dad? Best piece of advice you ever received from your dad. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
There's a couple, but the one that really always stuck out to me was, and my dad practiced this, regardless of who you're talking to, treat them like they are the most important person you've ever met in your life.
That's really good.
That's good advice. Yeah,
That's really good.
you can.
The one that sticks with me from my dad is, "You're tougher than that."
Okay, you're tougher than that. Got it.
So whether you fell down or had to rub dirt on it, or you're tougher than that.
Glenna says put their pants on one leg at a time. Yep.
I like
kind of
that one.
echoes what Misty said on that, and just treat everybody with the utmost respect when possible. I so much good advice that I've received over the years, but I started coming up with Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See a doctor and get rid of it. And then I realized, wait, this is from The Jerk.
Yes.
That was the advice that Navin Johnson got in The Jerk.
I miss Navin. I wonder how he's doing. How you doing, Navin?
Good.
He's okay, Mama.
What a great movie. But no, I've gotten an amazing amount of advice. And it's hard for me to, I just can't.
Yeah, there's so many.
That's why I sort of had to go to The Jerk to
I'll tell
figure
you
out
what
the easy ones.
my dad gave us, or said to me one time, that stuck with me, that tip is not your typical advice, but he said, anytime you visit, never be the guest. Serve the people who invited you over. Always be looking to serve people. So, and of course, I grew up when he owned a restaurant, so we were in that industry of hospitality. So it was always in my nature to be serving people.
The best way to summarize the advice I've given is I've been thinking a whole lot about it lately, just on various fronts, is about example. I mean, the example shown is the advice. Again, how to treat people, how to lead, how to stand on an issue, like how to not be. I just want to be very, very clear, is that when you get to a point in your life where you truly believe and feel and know what you say in your heart, it's a lot easier to stand on it and not worry about what other people are going to say about it. Because when you're younger, considering some of the things that we have to talk about in our role, is sometimes it can be precarious.
Right.
And so, but seeing the leadership, the example shown for me to very helpful. As I said back on Mother's Day, no one won the parent lottery more than I did.
You got good ones, kid.
You lucked
On
out.
television tonight, Juneteenth, a celebration of overcoming. On Discovery Channel, Dino Hunters. Tomorrow is Ford versus Ferrari is debuting on HBO. I watched this movie during the pandemic, and I'm so glad I found it. I thought it was just going to be a racing movie. It is a great movie, and we have the movie to thank for this. This is a new addition to the show, and it's because of Ford versus Ferrari that I found this remix of Poke Salad Annie.
I do want the words, though.
Boom chicka boom to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you add the words. That's
I
why
do,
it's there.
yes, but-
So it's a good movie starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale. It's really good. It's tomorrow night on HBO. John Legend and Family, A Bigger Love, Father's Day on ABC. Tonight, by the way, I saw that Jimmy Kimmel was on. Jimmy Kimmel is taking the next couple of months off from hosting his show. These shows at home these late night shows, trying to do it at home, they're tired and fatigued. But I don't know if you've ever seen the end of a Jimmy Kimmel live show, but his signature sign off is a tribute to Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson would always, when they went long, when they were live, he would lose a guest and he'd say, "My apologies to so-and-so that didn't make it on." The D guest oftentimes was waiting but didn't have time to get on. So Jimmy Kimmel, when he started his show, "My apologies to Matt Damon." And at the end of every show, "My apologies to Matt Damon." When Jimmy Kimmel announced he was taking 2 months off, Matt Damon went off. Matt Damon got really mad that he was, because of 2 more months of him not.
Right.
I love stuff like that. Today's highlight in history, this date in 1964, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was approved by the U.S. Senate 73-27 after a lengthy filibuster. Green Berets were formed this date in 1952. Good movie, too, by the way, if you ever get a chance to watch it. And James Gandolfini passed away at age 51 this date in 2013. Oh, Tony Soprano. Birthdays today. Tommy DeVito of the Four Seasons is 92. Felicia Rashad is 72 today. Claire Huxtable. Kathleen Turner is 66. Paula Abdul is 58. Gone but not forgotten. Mo Howard in 1897. Hey, Mo. Lou Gehrig in 1903. Do you have Jason being celebrated this weekend for Father's Day? Is there any big plans? My mama told me there's brisket in my future.
Oh, yum. Yes, he'll be celebrated. We just haven't decided. All of our kids live different places and have jobs and all that stuff. So it's like, who's getting home for the dad?
Yeah, my mama told me that there's brisket and maybe pulled pork in my future. So
thank you, Mama.
I'm like, okay, got
Can
it.
we celebrate your dad with you?
Do it to it. Pardon me?
Can we celebrate you with you?
Yes, that's right.
Our guest allowed?
You'll have to talk to Tita Mama about that.
I'm a good guest. My daddy taught me to be a good guest.
That's true. I see. That was a whole setup.
I was.
You set that
Full
whole thing up
circle.
knowing I was going to
I knew it was
ask.
coming.
I got it. On Top of Spaghetti, The Weavers, #1 in 1951. You know it's a good song when they call out the lyrics for you, as if it were a square dance.
Yeah, right. I love, it's a good song when somebody can take it and go, I'm going to take that. You've got great bones, but I'm going to make it better. It's going to be meatballs.
Of spaghetti.
This is why I love Weird Al Yankovic.
All covered with cheese. Was it the Muppets or was it Sesame Street?
Lori Berkner did a really good job
She
with
did.
it.
With using spaghetti?
No meatballs.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, but on top of spaghetti,
Yeah,
I'll cover with cheese. Fat my poor meatball.
Yep.
Till
When
somebody
somebody
sneezed. Got it. Kathy's Clown, The Everly Brothers. It's the parenthetical title, The Story of Barry Anderson. 1969, Sonny James, The Running Bear. 1978, Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street. Live from Financial Peace University. That's the Dave Ramsey theme.
I can't listen to it anymore. It drives me crazy now.
Anybody seen the new Financial Peace University building south of Nashville?
Mm-mm.
If you're headed south this summer, check it out. It's
He's living in financial peace.
it looks pretty peaceful. Looks pretty peaceful
What that
around
building
there,
says
without a
about Dave
doubt. Hey, better than I deserve. Forever
he
and
worked
ever.
for it, right? He earned
Amen.
it.
That's right. Give Me One Reason, Tracy Chapman in 96, Mariah Carey, We Belong Together 2005, and Problem, Ariana Grande in 2014. Happy Father's Day to all the dads, including mine. And hope you have a great weekend. It's going to be hot, so make people bring you ice cold lemonade over and over. Can you bring me ice cold lemonade? It's Dad's Day, right? MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. It is admirable for a man to take his son fishing, but there's a special place in heaven for the father who takes his daughter shopping. It's admirable for a man to take his son fishing, but there's a special place in heaven for the father who takes his daughter shopping. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Misty Thomas, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powered by Heritage Media of Kentucky, WKHG Litchfield, Kentucky, USA, 104.9 FM, the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.